Hadoop's changing very, very rapidly in its role. The growth has just been phenomenal. So 5 years ago, it was used solely by a few web companies to help them affordably store and process petabytes. And now, 5 years later, it's beginning to be used by most major corporations. But it's only in the very, very beginnings of that. I think what we're starting to see is it's becoming a standard platform for deploying data applications. Over time, we'll see a greater and greater variety of tools available on the platform, and which will result in more and more uses and delivering this sort of new, affordable, flexible platform for data computing. And Cloudera is really positioned to be the core vendor to help companies achieve that, achieve a single place where they can keep all of their data, an enterprise data hub, which allows them to operate more efficiently, gives them more powerful tools, and gives them great agility to develop new analyses and new applications. So I mean, we're seeing it in many cases we can take existing workloads and scale them to larger amounts of data or decrease costs. Seeing a lot of business analytic and business intelligence applications that are moving to a Hadoop-based platform. But what's more exciting is seeing all the new use cases that people are doing things they weren't able to even think about doing before, where they're making predictions about what their customers might want to do next, incorporating data from across the organization. Data that was previously siloed and held separately can now be combined and give a very accurate, real-time picture of what customers are doing, what the products are doing, and how best to change things to improve the business of the company in the future. We think that Hadoop can be the hub for just about every application. There's certainly going to be cases that fall outside of the hub, but we think there's over time going to be the exception rather than the rule. And Cloudera aims to be the very best provider of support and management around this platform. And so far, the market says we're succeeding. We have more customers. We have some competitors, and we're happy to have those competitors because they make us work harder to stay the best in providing this. And we're also starting to see more applications on top, and we see that as a success too, because we really want this to become a standard platform that has a wide variety of applications on top. And we really want to be the horizontal platform company, and not necessarily sell all of the applications that enable the platform. Yeah, no, we're working closely with Intel to align our developments and work on the platform on Hadoop with Intel's hardware developments and their hardware roadmap. We want them to be well synchronized, so that we can take advantage of the optimizations that are available in hardware. We already take advantage of checksumming hardware, which makes a huge performance improvement in HDFS. Recently added support for encryption, and we hope to further enhance that to make it possible for people to keep their data encrypted at rest at all times on the wire, and without incurring any significant performance penalty by using Intel's encryption hardware. And going forward, there's a lot more opportunities for this. Intel's doing a lot of work on memory, in-memory computing, new kinds of storage devices, flash storage that will be highly optimized. And we want to make sure that the data tools that we bring out take advantage of that, so that when Intel rolls out a new chip and a new storage device, that the version of Hadoop that we ship on the same day runs optimally on that hardware, and can really show that hardware in its best light and take full advantage of it. So we want, if people invest in the hardware, we want them to see the benefit of that. And I think that was the motivation for Intel's investment in Cloudera, was to get that kind of synchronization. So rather than having the software respond after the fact and add support, that on day one, when you buy new hardware, you can see the benefits, the full benefits of that hardware.